On this video, we're going to be writing a terminating decimal as a fraction. Remember that a terminating decimal is a decimal that ends, okay? For example, if I have 0 and 351 thousandths, for example, it does not have like a repeating pattern here, okay? So before we continue, I would like to remind you a little bit about place value on decimal numbers, okay? So you know that the digits before the decimal point belongs to the ones place, right? And the whole number, that's a whole number, okay? But after the decimal point that it keeps getting smaller, smaller, and smaller, we have a different place value. So the first digit belongs to the 10th place, okay? So this is a 10th place, okay? The second digit is a 100th place, okay? Let me write it down here. 100th place. And the third digit after the decimal point belongs to the thousandth place. And it keeps continuing like that, 10,000 and so on, okay? I will leave it until just 3 digits after the decimal point, okay? So this is the thousandth place, okay? So for example, if I have 0 and 48 hundredths, in order for me to write this down as a fraction, I just need to use the numbers after the decimal point as my numerator, okay? This will be my numerator. And the denominator will be the place value that the last digit stands, okay? This is a 10th place, and this is a 100th place. So my fraction will be 48 hundredths. You see, just the way that I read it, 48 hundredths, okay? So in this case, you need to simplify your answers. So if I divide this by 4, I can also divide this by 4, and then my final answer will be 12 out of 25. So that's how you write a terminating decimal as a fraction, okay? So you need to keep this in mind, okay? A trick that some of the students do is the following. For example, if I have 0.5 or 5/10, I just take a look at this one. This is a numerator. And as there's only one digit, it will be 10. So it will be 10. So let's say that I have 52, right? So here I have 2 digits. So it will be 2 zeros. That is equals to 52, my numerator. And here it will be 2 zeros. That's a trick that I've seen so far, but it is based on the place value system for the decimals, okay? So let's write negative 0.26 or negative 26 hundredths as a fraction in simplest form, okay? So let's write it down here. My numerator will always be the digits after the decimal point. So it will be negative 26. And as the last digit, it's standing in the 100th place, my denominator will be 100. As I need to show it in its simplest form, I need to simplify it. So I will divide this by 2 and also this one by 2. Remember, whatever happens in the numerator also needs to be reflected in the denominator. So 26 divided by 2 is 13, and 100 divided by 2 is 50. Don't forget that this is a negative number. So this will be my final answer, negative 13 out of 50. How about you pause the video and try to do this one by yourself? Very good. So here, let me write it down here so you can see it better. 125. Remember, the digits after the decimal point will be your numerator, okay? And then the last digit is standing in the, very good, thousandth place. Remember, tenth, hundredth, thousandth. Okay? So it will be 1,000 as my denominator. Okay? And as I need to simplify this, I will divide this by 125. 125 divided by 125 is 1. And 1,000 divided by 125 is 8. So my fraction in the simplest form is 1/8. How about this one? It has negative 10 and 25 hundredths. Pause the video and try to do this one by yourself. Very good. As you notice, this one has a whole number, 10 and 25 hundredths, okay? So I'll put negative 10 as my whole number. The numbers after the decimal point becomes my numerator, and the denominator will be the place value that my last digit is standing up. This is a 10th place, this is a 100th place. So I'll divide this, my denominator will be 100. Now I need to simplify this fraction. So it will be divided by 25 and divided by 25. So it is equals to negative 10 out of 1, 4. Okay? So that is my mixed number. So in this case, I turn this decimal into a mixed number. How about this one? Negative 0.9 or negative 9/10. Write it down as a fraction in a simplest form. Pause the video and try to do it by yourself. Very good. Negative 0.9 or negative 9/10. So again, negative sign here. Only one digit after the decimal point. So this will be my numerator. Denominator will be the place value that it's standing up. 9, it is in the 10th place. So my denominator will be 10. In this case, I cannot simplify it more. So this will be my final answer. Negative 9/10. Please pause the video and try to write 6 and 12 thousandths as a fraction or a mixed number in simplest form. Very good. In this case, we have a whole number here. So it's 6.012. There you go. So 6 is my whole number, okay? 12, in this case, I'm not going to put 012, just 12 is the same as a numerator. And the denominator will be the place value that my last digit is standing up. So this is 10th, 100th, thousandth. So my denominator will be 1,000th. As you can see, I need to simplify this fraction. So I will divide it by 4. 12 divided by 4, 1,000 divided by 4. This is equals to 6, 3 out of 250.